A certain protein bar claims to have 25 grams of protein and we wants to test whether the actual protein content is significantly less than the manufacturer's claim. In this scenario, we use a one-sample t-test because we are comparing a single sample mean to a known population mean and do not know the population standard deviation. Before start, we first define our parameter of interest, that is the population mean protein content, and the claim made under the study. Our claim states that true mean is less than the 25 grams. Since the claim includes an inequality, it serves as our alternative hypothesis and the opposite of this claim is our null hypothesis. Next, we use our sample data to calculate the t-statistic, which measures how many standard errors our sample mean lies from the hypothesized population mean. In this case, our sample mean of 24.1 grams lies approximately 1.964 standard deviations below the population mean of 25 grams. Within the sampling distribution of the sample means, which follows a t-distribution with n-1 degrees of freedom, our t-statistic of -1.964 lies on the left tail. The area under the t-distribution below this value represents our p-value. To find the p-value, we can use the t-distribution table. First, locate the row corresponding to 29 degrees of freedom, then find the cells within which the absolute value of the t-statistic falls. The corresponding column headers provide the range for our p-value. Now, to make a decision about the null hypothesis, the decision rule states to reject the null hypothesis if the p-value is less than the predefined value of the significance level. In this case, our p-value lies between 0.025 and 0.05, which is less than the significance level of 0.05, therefore, we reject the null hypothesis. This means at a 5% significance level, there is sufficient evidence to conclude that the true protein content of the bars is significantly lower than the claimed 25 grams.